Good afternoon, YouTube. Joel here from the CryptoByte team, and today I'm here to talk to you guys about EOS, the ninth ranked cryptocurrency on CoinMarketCap. So let's just click on that nice and quick. And at its current price, it's $8.52, with a current decrease in price of 6%. And that's not much, so we can assume that there's barely any trade volume, and the price is just fluctuating at normal at a quite stable price. So we can just assume EOS is going to stay at around that $8 to a $9 mark. So the 9.50 to a $9.30 mark, I'm assuming. Maybe more. Let's just check the 7-day chart. And so we're kind of seeing a price around $8 to around $9. Okay, so it's $8 to $9, I guess. So this price will bounce around $8 to $9 until we see some new news, and the price will most likely shoot up. So looking at the just the overall price again, we can kind of see that there was a nice bull run from November, where the price was just extremely bullish all the way up to $18. Well, actually, there was a huge spike in price at around January, where it reached around $18, and then it dipped all the way back down to correct itself, and then it went up to 14 and then dipped all the way back down. And now it's quite stable at this current price. Now, I've got some news for you guys. I'll also in this video I'll basically be covering what EOS is, but also later in the video I'm also going to talk about how Bitcoin and all the other altcoins are going to go up in price by the end of the middle of this year. So I've got a few articles on that so we can talk about it. But first things first, let's go and figure out what does EOS stand for. It stands for Asynchronous Smart Contract Platform. So EOS we can assume it's similar to Ethereum, although it's going to be obviously different. And so the Bitcoin talk describes EOS as a software that introduces a blockchain architecture designed to enable vertical and horizontal scaling of decentralized applications. So extremely versatile applications that can exist on a smart contract platform. And this is achieved through an operating system-like construct upon which applications can be built. So we're developing an information system, or actually just an operating system, I should say, where the dApps can be developed and exist on. So that's pretty cool. And the software provides accounts authentication, databases, asynchronous communication, and the scheduling of applications across multiple CPU cores and/or clusters. This resulting technology is a blockchain architecture that has the potential to scale to millions of transactions per second, eliminates user fees, and allows for quick and easy deployment of decentralized applications. For more information, check the white paper. So that's pretty cool, and EOS definitely promises a lot, and it says it can provide a lot. Like that is crazy. So millions of transactions and no fees, and a quick and easy deployment of dApps. That's insane. Like EOS, if that was the case, EOS most likely would be the top cryptocurrency. Although it is an operating system like construct, so it might be some sort of like VMware or virtual machine. I'm not too sure yet. So we're actually gonna find out as we go through. But we're here on this website, which is globalcryptoacademy.com, and it's just telling us what is EOS. And just scrolling down, we're going to look at the history of the EOS token. So it was started by Dan Larimer, who is the founder and creator of BitShares as well as Steam. So this guy's well versed in creating cryptocurrencies, so he knows what he's doing. It was announced in 2017 with an odd ICO launch. Not too sure why that was odd, but I don't really think it's anything to worry about. Now let's move on and look at the purpose of the EOS cryptocurrency, and it basically talks about how EOS has the ability to run dApps, DAOs, and pretty much function well as a good cryptocurrency. And because it has the scalability to reach up to 50,000 to a million, as stated down here, where it has the potential to scale to millions of transactions per second. It has no fees, and there's the quick and easy deployment of decentralized applications. So again, that's what EOS is pretty much aiming to do, with the primary goal of acting as a decentralized operating system to be an in-house kind of platform in the future. So that'd be pretty cool if it does happen. You can use the EOS platform at home to access all sorts of decentralized applications and use the cryptocurrency that EOS provides to kind of pay for these goods or services that exist on this platform. Cool, now let's look at this. It's EOS Explained, and it tells us one of the many things that EOS as a platform can provide. And so it talks about how websites running on EOS will allow users to their own personal information with better security to boot. Imagine if you could post to your favorite social network, and receive money directly from ads should you choose to view them. So it gives you the option to view ads, and yeah, so I'll just read on through because it explains it all the way. Social media created a new space for digital self-expression. Social networks like Facebook have been easy to use and almost universally adopted. Even your grandma loves hanging out on them. It is a powerful new communication tool that helps us stay in touch with friends and loved ones, but it isn't free. In exchange for the service, you give up your privacy. Everything you post is sent to a central server where it is used to generate revenue. Advertisers pay billions for access to social media data because they can target viewers with incredible precision. Most of them happy to give up their privacy or share their identity and information. They become a part of a pretty profitable product and don't get anything in return. Your information is valuable and privacy is a basic human right. Think of it this way. What if the post office opened all of your mail, photographed it, and stuck an advertisement on it before delivering it to you? That's pretty much what social media is doing in terms of the advertising that they provide. It is pretty sneaky and it is unfair when you kind of put it like this. So pretty much you're giving up your own data for free and getting nothing in return. And so EOS kind of wants to make sure that if you're going to give away your data, you can choose to, and if you do, you'll get rewarded for it in terms of either fiat currency or cryptocurrency or something of the like. And it talks about EOS is the future of the internet, a blockchain which encrypts all of your information. For example, if someone sent you a message on social media, it would be encrypted along the blockchain, so it would only be displayed with a special key. Your message can only be read by you and it can't be used for any other purpose. That means your information is not stored on a server, it's really present while you are using an application or service that you trust. And no one else can use your data because it is encrypted along the blockchain and only you have the key to decrypt it. So if you want to give it away, you can, but it is pretty much all private, and yeah, it's up to you to hold it. And so this means there is no third party, you own all of your stuff, and you are the only one viewing the ad. And you'll receive the revenue when and if you choose to look at the ad. And that's pretty much it. So that's one of the services that EOS provides. So it's really cool and it's great. It's what the decentralized platform is all about, taking power away from that middleman and kind of, distributing all of the good stuff. So that's cool. And looking on, we want to look at what EOS is all about, the decentralized operating system, so the technology behind it. So I'll make this quick because I'm running out of time. But this is, by owning EOS coins, you can claim EOS server resources. So this is pretty much proof of stake, and which is the way that these developers can use the EOS blockchain, which doesn't mean developers have to spend the coins in order to participate, but prove they hold them. So again, proof of stake type of consensus protocol. So that's cool. The operating system is held on servers which provide the blocks and servers by hosting EOS, and they are rewarded in EOS. So acting as a server hoster, most likely with a node. I'm not too sure if they run nodes here, but if you're hosting the operating system on a server, you're rewarded with EOS. So that's pretty solid. It gives you incentive to act as a node, I believe. And when dApps run on the EOS network, it can interact with other dApps, although there will be a firewall feature in order to protect the dApps. So that's pretty cool. There's a real focus on security in terms of running decentralized applications, and they can interact with each other. So that's a really nice plus as well. This interaction will allow users to move around databases within the EOS network, so you don't have to enter your password or username when using a dApp on the EOS blockchain. And half the time you may not know they're using multiple dApps because of the integrations. I doubt that last part was a negative. In fact, it just talks about how malleable the server is and how much you can kind of interact with each dApp. So that's pretty cool. And there's a free transaction economy where, with Ethereum, you've got your gas payments every time you have to perform a transaction. The EOS dApps platform doesn't require gas costs for transactions, and the use of the network, which will help ensure that the adoption is easier. So that's pretty cool. No gas, none of those payments for every time you make a transaction. And there's a constitution, which is quite interesting. EOS is built on a set of rules and precautions to allow for smooth functioning without malicious software infecting it or network servers turning against it, which is quite interesting actually. And at the same time, they have developed a parallel processing mechanism that allows more scalability, better transaction speeds, and the ability to do things in parallel, as kind of mentioned up here, where the dApps can work kind of together on the same network. And I was look at the inflation. While inflation sounds bad, it can lead to a diminished value of money as well as economic turmoil. On EOS, inflation is meant for growth. The inflation of EOS is self-sufficient and can only be 5% and will not be tampered with. 5% is small enough that it can help trigger and keep economic growth as the EOS ecosystem grows and develops. So I just want to quickly cover some of the criticisms of EOS before wrapping this video up. And Tone Vase says, Dan Larimer has started several proof-of-stake based projects and they all have been shady in nature. Both BitShares and Steemit allowed insiders to create lots of tokens for themselves, and after that, the proof of stake nature of the project allowed those insiders to print tokens of value for themselves in perpetuity. So pretty much the proof of stake function. Insiders got a lot of tokens for themselves, and then due to the proof of stake function, they were able to generate a lot of dividends because that's how proof of stake works. So you get value based on how much coins you are holding. And that's not really too fair, but it is quite common with coins where the individuals that are insiders or the people developing the cryptocurrency are likely to hold a lot of their own currency themselves. So it's not uncommon in it, but it is pretty unethical. And yeah, it's not too fair. And another guy says here, Wayne Vaughn, found CEO of Tyrion, said the white paper does not go over any specifics and there is no code yet, so nobody can answer any of the specific technical questions. And I actually researched it before. On GitHub, there is actual some EOS open source code, so you can go check that out there. So this is probably a bit outdated. And so that's all that I've got for this video. If you have any questions, chuck it in the comment section below. And if you like what you've seen, hit that like button. And that's all I've got for today. So cheers.